In this tutorial, we will combine Cinemachine and Timeline. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, this is Omar Balfaki. If you're a subscriber, welcome back. If not, welcome to this channel where I create game development tutorials and from time to time I upload my short films. So if you're interested, subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notified whenever a new video is uploaded. Today is, I think, might be the last timeline tutorial, and I might add another extra timeline tutorial after this, but mainly this should be the last timeline tutorial, and I really hope that you guys found it helpful. So this tutorial will be a combination of Cinemachine and Timeline. There is actually a track in the timeline specifically for Cinemachine, and it's slightly different and more dynamic than using the activation track as we did in the activation track tutorial when switching between cameras. This one is more dynamic and it's more interesting and it's very smooth. So this time we will start directly with the implementation. If you haven't used Cinemachine before, I strongly suggest that you go back and watch the Cinemachine series, at least the first one, so you understand how to install it and how to use it. Alright, so let's start. Here we have a simple timeline, just little animation. We've got our cop here and a zombie cop. So if I hit play, look what we have. Stops, checks something, and then he noticed that this guy is behind him and he starts running and whoop. Okay, so what we will be doing now is just placing cameras. I'm going to start creating our first Cinemachine camera. At the moment, this main camera is not a Cinemachine camera, so I'm going to create a virtual Cinemachine camera. I want to start with somewhere here, follows the cop, and then we switch to other cameras. And you might notice that the layout is slightly different in this tutorial. Well, because I want to see the timeline, I want to see the scene to place the cameras, and I want to see the game view here to see the final results. Okay, so I'm going to create the first camera. I'm going to go to Cinemachine, create virtual camera. You will notice that it creates the camera based on your view. Let's say if you want to move it somewhere else, there is a cool Unity shortcut, just Ctrl-Shift-F, and it will move the camera to your view. But I want it to be here. So now if you go back to the main camera, you will see a Cinemachine Brain component has been added. To create a Cinemachine Track, we right click on our timeline and Cinemachine Track, or we drag our Cinemachine Brain main camera into the timeline and we will see a Cinemachine Track option. I'm going to click that. But nothing is there. And to switch between the virtual cameras, we just drag them into the Cinemachine Track. Notice that this CMVCam1 is our only virtual camera. This is just the brain. It's not considered as a camera anymore. And if we play through the timeline, we see nothing happens. Well, because we only have one Cinemachine camera. It's not going to switch back to any other camera. So let's try creating another virtual camera. I'm going to go here and just create another virtual camera here. Now we have two cameras. You'll see that as long as we're inside that virtual camera one, it's the one that is active. The moment we leave that, we will see it goes back to the newest camera, which is VCam2. So I'm just going to add it here. And now we're switching between cameras. If I want to switch back, I'm just going to add the first camera back again. And we have two cameras that we're switching between them. And the cool thing about it is, if you want to have a smooth transition, for instance, instead of just a hard cut, you can just drag it back and look what you have. That is pretty insane. With no codes, nothing, no animation track, just the Cinemachine track. Okay, so here I want the camera to follow the player. Traditionally, we would animate the camera, or I will add it as a child of the policeman so it will follow him. But with Cinemachine, we don't have to do that. I'm just gonna assign a target, which is this policeman. So follow and look at. And I'm just gonna adjust some settings here. And as I said, if this is your first time using Cinemachine, you can go back and check the Cinemachine playlist and you will understand and get more comfortable with it. Just change the lens a little bit. Yep, something like that. And if I hit play, it follows the player, but it's a bit okay. We can increase the damping here. Okay, once he goes down to pick it up, let's switch to the other camera. And this one might be even closer or just a tighter lens. Pull it back a little up. And let's just add another camera just in front of him to show the zombie behind him. This is not a directing tutorial or anything, so I'm just placing them in a random way. So let's switch that camera here. We can even have a smooth transition. Wow, that wasn't smooth. So, yeah, never mind, just put it back. And now we go to a wider camera. Okay, now this is too close. Let's just have a wide camera. And this one can also look at the policeman. So I'm going to drag the policeman here. Oh, sorry. I'm going to select the camera. Then drag the policeman as a look at target instead of follow. So, yep. And I'm just going to increase the damping again. And even if we have another camera that has the same settings here, but just a zoomed in camera, just switch to solo and just slightly zoomed in. I'm gonna switch between those two cameras just to create a zoom in animation. So we didn't create an animation track or anything, but we can just use the power of Cinemachine and Timeline to create something interesting. So let's see what we have. Alright, this is interesting. It's not the best, it's not a great thing, but it's just interesting and it gets us using Cinemachine and playing around with it and seeing just the power of the combination of these two great tools. So let me know what you guys think, and you can sure join our Discord server, and I would love to see what you guys are coming up with. So if you can record something and just upload it there, share it with us. I would love to see what are you guys up to. And if you have any questions, you can just drop a comment below or ask us in Discord. I will try to answer them, or even the awesome community there. They will definitely help you guys. So that's it for this tutorial. I hope you guys find it helpful, and remember to subscribe if you'd like to see more of these videos, and hit the bell icon to get notified whenever a new video is uploaded. This is Omar Balfaki. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.